Danger though. Karen Seal having to concede that corner. Some concern for Tony Larkin at the moment. 9 minutes to play in this game. Beg your pardon, wasn't a corner, I thought it was. Possession to the British team. Robin Williams again. Looks like Spain are ready to make another change once this player has been halted from this corner. They're going to have to get rid of this ball very quickly. Marcello. Hounded by Roy Turnham. That's the skipper there, Adolfo. Still Adolfo. Williams with the ball, but obstruction, says the referee. And there'll be a change to the British side. It's Daniel English who's going to come back on.
Adolfo, Marcelo, atrás, deja a José solo, déjalo. Adolfo derecha, Marcelo izquierda. Está David 6 metros al punto de penalti.
Robin Williams will take a rest. He looked like he'd been putting in a hard day at the office, says Robin Williams.
Daniel English. And for Spain, leaving the field, number 7, Jose Lopez Ramirez. On in his place, number 9, Antonio Martin Gaitan.
So Nino back on. Ramirez, Jose Lopez is off. Marguerite Gaitan or Nino is their most effective player so far. Quite a beguiling player at the best of times. This is Karen Seal storming ahead for Great Britain. Clark it is on the ball, combining with Roy Turnham from the corner. Alvaro, hopeful ball, looking for Marcello. Good play by Daniel English.
Substitution for Great Britain, leaving the field, number 7, David Clark. On in his place, number 10, Darren Harris.
Harris back on for Clark. Popular player with the home crowd. Plenty of energy, already got a yellow card. Adolfo looking for Nino. Harris getting involved, but this is Karen Seal storming through. Alfredo in defense for the Spanish team. Roy Turnham, who came on a few minutes ago. Clash of heads there. Ouch. Alvaro, the goalkeeper, just telling his defensive wall to go slightly to the right to line it up with his near post. Harris looks for the opening. Good play, unlucky for Darren Harris.
Long right, middle, Dan. Over.
Harris can come away with the ball. And we'll get a corner, and there's seconds to go, effectively, just over a minute on the clock. And Great Britain know that time is running out, and they're going to record a first win of their home event. Harris and English will combine for the corner. Referee asked the Spanish defenders to get back the requisite distance. Marcello elusive as ever. Roy Turnham making some ground for the British team, but this will run for a goal kick, and Alvaro will bowl the ball out while we have a brief timeout towards the end of the game.
To take a timeout.
1 minute left on the clock, and the coaches given a chance to steel their players for a final push for a winning goal. First game, of course, for both teams in this competition. Both teams, of course, would love to start with a win, and so would Tony Larkin, the British coach. Pablo Diaz Salazar, the coach for the Spanish side, likewise. Always nice for the crowd to clap when the players come back after a timeout, because of course they can't clap during play, having to stay quiet so the players can hear the ball. Unusual for a crowd to have to sit silently at a football game. Does allow them to hear the players, which is something of a novelty, but you can tell that they like to have a good shout when a goal is scored or when there's a return from a timeout. Alvaro is going to roll the ball out from the Spanish defense. Now a chance for Team Great Britain to make some headway. Roy Turnham scrapping for the ball. Adolfo, the skipper, is there. Alfredo backing him up.
Switching it. We're going to switch it, Dad. You can foul, Dad. You can foul. Come on, Dad. You can foul. Pressure. Pressure. Keep going. Keep going. Good pressure, Dad.
Alfredo going nowhere fast, and in fact that was good work by Darren Harris, who pressured him all the way down to the corner. 13 seconds on the clock. Possibly the last play of the match coming up. Here we go. Harris it is, Daniel English as well. To no avail for the British team. They like a win, but a satisfying 1-1 draw against Spain will do nicely for the home crowd, for the coach Tony Larkin, and for everyone watching the Great British team, because they're getting a lot of support around this country. Support has been building, of course, throughout the Olympics and now into the Paralympics. He's had a good day as well. Antonio Martin Gaetan Niño. 1-1 the final result. Niño with the goal for Spain in the first half from the penalty spot. Missed one later on. And David Clark, the Great British captain, replying in the 21st minute to make it 1 apiece.
Great Britain and Spain both level on a point apiece, and Iran in 4th place with no...
Concern, of course, will come for the British team, because the Argentine side beat Iran by 2-0 earlier today. So Argentina setting the pace so far in Group A. The team's playing again on Sunday when football kicks off between Turkey and Brazil. Early on Sunday UK time, 9 in the morning UK time in Group B. France against China in Group B straight after, and then we get to Group A. But those are the stats that show that Spain have far more shots on targets than Great Britain. Percentage-wise as well, they had the ball 54% of the time compared to Britain's 46% of the time. And 1 yellow card as well going the way of Darren Harris, rumbustious player who came on 3 or 4 times in this game, mainly to replace his captain David Clark, who'd had more than 1 bash to the face. Didn't stop him scoring a cracking goal. That's the standing so far in Pool A, and as a result of that win over Iran, Argentina leading the way on 3 points, 2 goals for, none against. The rest are playing catch up. Stay with us, we've got the highlights coming up.
So you get on me, you don't realise, when the crowd goes, yeah.
And very fulsome applause there for Apinis, the world record holder, as he is unbuckled. And he has certainly set the standard, if you like, on this night of competition in the Olympic Stadium. As I said, his first throw in excess of anything anybody else in the field has ever thrown, although a little way short of his best. But that second throw, 10.23 metres, well, that will set him way apart, one would suspect from the rest of the field. Well, it's not the warmest of evenings. It's been a sunny day in London, although not a particularly warm one. Not a day in which you'd especially want to walk around in shorts and a t-shirt, that's for sure. And certainly now, as the evening draws in, I think you'll find most people have got their coats on. I've seen one or two snazzy bits of headwear, and there's a case in point on the big screen in the background. Shejon Fernandez of Greece will be the second man into the shot put arena. But it's a tough act to follow. Aigas Apinis of Latvia has very, very much set the pace. So plenty of field events tonight with the discus and the shot put and the long jump. We've only just had confirmation, though, of the world record I was telling you about of Aigas Apinis. Didn't flash up immediately for some reason, but there I do have confirmation on my screen now of 10.23, a world record in that shot put F52-53 final. And in a moment or two's time, we'll have the first of three heats of the men's 5,000 metres in the T54 category. And these should be three fine heats. In the first of them, Kurt Fearnley of Australia goes. He holds the Paralympic record. Then Marcel Hug of Switzerland, who holds the world record, goes in the second heat. And then David Weir, who is the Great Britain main hopeful, will go in the third heat of the men's 5,000 metres. There'll be 8 men in the first heat and 8 in the second. There'll be 9 in the third, and it's the first 3 in each heat. And the next one fastest, the fastest loser, will also advance to the final. That final, by the way, will be on Sunday evening. Last event of the night, 10 to 10 at night, Great Britain time. And the host nation's main hope is David Weir, the world champion, the man who took a bronze in Beijing. Actually chasing 4 medals at these games. That is Adam Bleakney, who is the USA's hope in this first heat. Bib number 2816. His personal best, 10 minutes, 39.11 seconds. But there are 2 men in this first heat who have gone below 10 minutes. Kurt Fearnley of Australia is one. And Roger Puigbo Verdagia of Spain is the other. Well, there's confirmation there. You can see the Australian Kurt Fearnley. He is in this first heat. Marcel Hug in the second one. But Fearnley, even though he holds the Paralympic record from Beijing, that was in over 10 minutes. He's knocked an awful lot off at that time. But so too has the Spaniard Puigbo Verdagia. So there's the full lineup. Julien Cassoli of France, Kurt Fearnley of Australia, Roger Puigbo Verdagia of Spain, Kim of Korea, Hiromichi of Japan, Bleakney of the USA, Velasco Soria of Mexico, and Wahoram of Thailand. I can also let you know a couple of the discus throwers as we're about to get underway in this first heat for the men's 5,000 metres in the T54 section. Mexico's Fernando del Rosario Gonzalez has a best throw of 49.38 in the discus. Derek Berenalaji of Great Britain, he's their big hope, 39.37. Converted into points, 7.71 for Darren Alashi, 8.51 for Del Rosario Gonzalez. And as I say, we have now started in this men's 5,000 metres in the T54 category. You can see 12 laps to go. So a lot of staying power required, and don't the crowd make a fantastic backdrop in this stadium. I noticed this afternoon in the velodrome when I was watching the cycling, just how warm they have been in their applause for everyone, not just the home nations, the host nations competitors. We have an early leader here with the Australian Kurt Fearnley, not unexpectedly, has a best of 9.54.74. Through the 600-metre mark. Fearnley just goes a little wide, allows another competitor to take up the running. Fernley has just tucked himself neatly into 6th place there. Quite happy to allow some of the others to make up the running, if you like. But he and the Spaniard Puigbo Verdagia are the two to watch here. Quite a pace they're setting in these early stages. This is Wehoram of Thailand. 3 minutes on the board. Wehoram just moves out of the way. Again, it's that man, Kurt Fernley, who is breathing down his neck. Once again, it is the Australian who has taken over at the front. And that's Velasco Soria of Mexico in 2nd place. So it's Australia 1, Mexico 2 at the moment. There's no breakaway as yet. Kim of Korea currently is in 3rd place. And now Kurt Fernley just easing off the pace. And it's Velasco Soria, the Mexican, in the outright lead at the moment. As I say, no breakaway, so they're through at 2,000 of the 5,000 metres. Mexico's Martin Velasco Soria has the lead. Behind him it's Kim of Korea. And yet again it's Wehoram of Thailand who's just strode into the lead. So Thailand have it just at the moment. Last 5 minutes on the clock. Remember the world record 9:53.05, the Paralympic record 10:13.21. And it's Thailand's Prawat Wehoram who leads at the moment from Kim Gi-dae of Korea. Still Kim is there with Puigbo Verdagia of Spain. Still an intriguing contrast. Back marker has been dropped, but there's still 7 of them very, very much in it. And then with 2:2.84 on his wheelchair is Julien Cassoli of France. Cassoli of France has the lead, just ahead of Kim from Korea. Still the danger man, or one of the danger mans, Kurt Fernley, in the familiar green and gold of Australia. Now 1 or 2 starting to make their charge as we move towards the 7-minute mark. It's the Mexican, currently the back marker of the 7 who've broken away. Waharam of Thailand has the lead. He's gone very wide just to allow others to go to the front. That man there is Julien Cassoli, the Frenchman. And his personal best 10:15.78. So he wouldn't be one of those expected to feature among the medals, but we shall see. Certainly has the lead just at the moment. Kim just behind him. The Thai Waharam is there as well. The Spaniard Puigbo Verdagia and Kurt Fernley are two to keep a very, very close eye on, because in theory they are the best in this field. 3 laps to go. 3,800 metres have gone. It's Julien Cassoli of France. It's Kim Joo-dae of Korea at the moment in the lead. Puigbo Verdagia is breathing down their necks. He's in the inside, in the red, the Spaniard. Number 3 on his helmet. Cassoli. Cassoli and Kim now takes the lead. Waharam's there as well. Puigbo Verdagia. Still Kurt Fernley of Australia. I've not really mentioned Jun Hiramichi of Japan, but he is still very much in contention. And the back marker of that group's the Mexican Velasco Sarria. So Cassoli just taken there by Kim. Waharam is in 3rd place. Coming to the closing stages then. And approaching the 10-minute mark. It's going to be an interesting finish here. Kim of Korea and Cassoli of France. Puigbo Verdagia is there as well. There's the bell. Last lap. It's not the quickest of times. There'll be no world records here tonight. But they're being roared home here. Oh, these wheelchair athletes. At the moment, it's Kim of Korea who has the lead. There's still virtually everybody in with a chance here. Kim ahead of Cassoli of France. It's Waharam. And now we wait for the charge. We're expecting Puigbo Verdagia of Spain. Here comes the Australian, Kurt Fernley. Can Fernley get there? Can Fernley get there? This is all about qualification, though. First 3 qualify automatically. Cassoli's first. Second was Fernley. And third, Roger Puigbo Verdagia. So first 3 in each heat through to Sunday's final. And the fastest loser. And confirmation who's come 4th in just a moment. Bringing up the field, the back marker, Adam Bleakney of the USA. I think the roar for Bleakney is even louder than for the 7 who have already finished. So the 3 who have qualified are Julien Cassoli of France, Kurt Fernley of Australia, Prawat Waharam of Thailand, Kim with 10:56.94 has recorded a season's best, and we'll have to wait and see whether he reaches Sunday's final. And intriguingly, Roger Puigbo Verdaguer of Spain, who has a tremendous time, he's actually done a 9:53, but today a 10:57, and he will miss out on a place in the final. So a thrilling finish there. It's all about qualification, of course, though, here. This is not a final. Julian Kasoli qualified first, Kurt Fearnley second, Waharam of Thailand in third place. And as I say, Kim, we'll have to wait and see. Kasoli, Fearnley and Waharam then through to the final on Sunday evening here in London. And Kim, well, Kim is left sweating and hoping that he is faster. It's a season's best for him, but that was not a particularly quick heat. As we move on to Heat 2. Now we're just having a look at the men's long jump. And that's the opening competitor, Wang of China, Wang Qihong of China, already recorded a 6.21. Just confirmation then, 6.21, a personal best for Wang in that long jump. We'll come back to that a little later on. Now we've got the second of the three heats in the men's 5,000 metres T54 class. Marcel Hug, who is the world record holder. A man from Switzerland, he actually set that record in his home country in Arbonne. 9.5305. And another Mexican in there, Gordian Martinez. The other big threat based on time is Canada's Josh Cassidy. You can just see him there in helmet number 2. So on the basis of time, 1 and 2 are the helmets to look out for. Marcel Hug of Switzerland, Josh Cassidy of Canada. We've also Alain Fuss of France, Rafael Botello Jimenez of Spain, Aaron Pike from the USA, Gordian Martinez from Mexico, as I mentioned, Yamamoto of Japan, and Nathaniel Arkley from Australia. So we saw Kurt Fearnley qualify from the previous heat. He is the Paralympic record holder. Now we've got the world record holder, Marcel Hug, in this heat, and another very fast man in Josh Cassidy of Canada. They are in lanes 1 and 2. And, just being told to retreat just for a second. They'll go again. They were waiting for a long jumper in the background there. 1, 1, 1.
On your marks.
Sounds like they might have had a little problem with the microphone as well. So this then heat 2 of the men's 5,000 metres. It was a pretty slow heat first time round. They weren't pulling up any trees, and I think still the fastest losers place would be up for grabs here. Remember, the first 3 qualify automatically, and the 4th man might get through if it's a quick race. So another 12 laps to go. Early running is taken up by Josh Cassidy of Canada. With that very elaborate wheel. He's now dropped back into 3rd place. And already there's a little bit of a gap opened up between the leading 3 and the next 5. And in that gap, Nathaniel Arkley, he's the Australian sandwiched in the middle. And then, at the moment, the lead is the favourite, Marcel Hug and Josh Cassidy. And now those other 5 men have more or less come back into the race. Nobody particularly here is wanting to force the pace. At least none of those leading 3 are. Of course, Hug and Cassidy, 1 and 2 helmets, have the advantage of knowing that in terms of times, they are comfortably the best performers here. But it doesn't always work like that, and there's a long way to go as Yamamoto of Japan hits the front. And I think Hug and Cassidy and Arkley were waiting for somebody else to do the front running there, and it is Hiroyuki Yamamoto who is the man to take up that mantle. So Yamamoto from Cassidy of Canada. Arkley's in 3rd place. Hug of Switzerland is in 4th. And Yamamoto still forcing the pace. And now it's Josh Cassidy who hits the front, trailed by Arkley of Australia. They both overtake Yamamoto. And Aaron Pike of the USA has moved into 4th place. This is Cassidy of Canada in the lead, though, from Arkley of Australia. A long way to go, but plenty of jockeying for position, plenty of changes in terms of who is going to be front runner here. Now it is Nathaniel Arkley, just 18 years of age. In fact, just 17 years of age. My apologies, he's not 18. And it will be a major achievement if the teenager can make it. He has, in terms of actual form, easily the worst time out of the 8 on show, but he's still there with Yamamoto of Japan. So Yamamoto and Arkley in the lead at the moment from the fancy wheels of Josh Cassidy of Canada, and now the Mexican Gordian Martinez hits the front. past the 2,000 metre mark. A little bit of a gap now, opened up by Gurdian Martinez from Mexico. Still Yamamoto in second place. It's the Australian Nathaniel Arkley in third. Yamamoto on the inside. The Japanese rider just very, very close now to going into an outright lead. Gurdian Martinez on the outside. And at the moment, sandwiched between them, it's Arkley of Australia. Josh Cassidy is in fourth. Cassidy, the second fastest man in the field based on previous history. Still the Japanese and the Mexican at the front. A pedestrian at the moment, as these two sort of blocking the way, if you like. Nathaniel Arkley is still just behind them. Josh Cassidy is in fourth. Just when we get a look at a moment of Marcel Hug, as he will be there or thereabouts at the finish. He's currently in fifth position. So Yamamoto of Japan still in the lead, still trailed by Nathaniel Arkley of Australia. 10.2268 is Yamamoto's best ever. Powering forward now at Marcel Hug with 4 laps to go. The world record holder absolutely storms clear. He's made his break. It's a question of if anybody can go with him. Yamamoto is certainly trying to go with him. Josh Cassidy of Canada, I notice he's coming round the outside. But Marcel Hug, he's made his break, but now he's slowed up. He's just happy to let the rest of the field join him. I think he knows if it comes down to a sprint finish at the end, and the Swiss athlete will have no problems. Remember, he's only looking to qualify. You don't have to win your heat. First 3 go through. It was a quicker lap, 52.05. 3 laps remaining. So they're through 3,800 metres. Marcel Hug of Switzerland in the lead. Coming up to dispute favouritism now is Josh Cassidy of Canada. These on past history, the fastest 2 men in this heat by, it has to be said, some distance. On form, you would expect them to finish 1 or 2. Heats don't always work out like that, of course. Yamamoto is still there for Japan. Nathaniel Arkley making a break on the outside there. That is certainly the long way round, because he was very wide. Still some way to go, but they're less than 2 laps now. And bear in mind, the time has already gone beyond the world record pace, so of course they can go much, much faster. Yamamoto was actually quickest through the first 1,000 metres. Gordian Martin through the second 1,000. Yamamoto, but then Hug much the quickest through that last 1,000 metres. The last lap 57.22. So the pace is hotting up. There goes the bell. We're on to the last lap. Rafael Botella Jimenez of Spain making his move on the outside. Nobody has been completely dropped from the field here. All 8 are still in contention. It'll take some doing to overhaul Marcel Hug and Josh Cassidy. They are 1 and 2 at the moment, but moves are afoot on the outside. It's the USA's Aaron Pike. He's just about in 3rd place, him and Yamamoto. But Hug and Cassidy look likely to be 1 and 2. Marcel Hug of Switzerland in pole position at the moment. Josh Cassidy. Now, can anybody run them down? Yamamoto is there. Yamamoto has done. And now there's another opportunity. And in fact, well, Josh Cassidy could have missed out there. First across the line, Marcel Hug. But Yamamoto overtook him at the close to get 2nd place. And Cassidy has missed out on a top 3 finish. Marcel Hug first, Hiroyuki Yamamoto of Japan 2nd, Aaron Gordian Martinez of Mexico in 3rd. It was a season's best for Yamamoto. Josh Cassidy, 11:32.47 seconds. So Cassidy, the 2nd fastest man in the race, but he's only finished 4th. Marcel Hug, no worries for him, 11:31.78. Way, way outside his season's best and his personal best. But he qualifies. Well, what a superb finish that was from Yamamoto. Hug was comfortable, always looked comfortable. Yamamoto, and then Gordian Martinez of Mexico pinches 3rd place from under the nose of Josh Cassidy. And there is the confirmation in the 2nd heat. There's 1 more heat to go in the men's 5,000 metres. Hug, Yamamoto, Gordian Martinez. Josh Cassidy must wait. Wait and hope. Back with the men's long jump. This is Markus Rehm of Germany. Well, that looks a very, very good jump. Got a personal best of in excess of 7 metres. A season's best of just underneath that. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. In the F44 category, he holds the world record at 7.09, and that is a new world record, 7.14. A new world record then for Markus Rehm in the long jump. Third and final heat then of the men's 5,000 metres. And there is interest in this one from the home nation, the host nation, David Weir of Great Britain. You can see him there, number 2 on his helmet. Competitor 2326. And he's the fastest man in this race. Personal best of 9:53.15. But there are other threats. There are 3 other men in this race who have all recorded sub 10 minutes. Although it has to be said, not this season. Weir hasn't done it this season either. Doesn't have to win the race. None of them do. First 3 to qualify. And then the fastest loser across the 3 heats. Those other men who have recorded sub 10 minute times in their careers. Denis Lemounier of France. Tomasz Hamelak of Poland. And Kota Hokinoi of Japan. Early pace being set by the USA's Krieger Scharbort. And although he hasn't recorded sub 10 minutes, his time, his season's best time of 10:21.80 is the best this season among the 9 athletes that are out on view in this third heat. So it is Scharbort in the lead. Second place is Alexandre Dupont of Canada. And now coming up to take the lead, Denis Lemounier of France with number 3 on his helmet. You can expect the roof to be lifted off should David Weir romp home in this heat. He's currently in 5th place. Number 8 men in the first 2 heats. There are 9 in this final heat. There'll be 10 in the final. And now coming up to lead is Kota Hokinoi of Japan. And the 38-year-old just ahead of Lemounier of France, who is 47 years of age, but that doesn't make him the oldest in this heat because Krieger Scharbort is 48. Hokinoi then still has the lead from Lemounier. Weir has moved into 3rd place for Great Britain. Liu, you can just see with number 5 on his helmet, just disappearing off your screen. There he is in the red shirt from China. Lemounier of France then, ahead of Weir, 53.65 seconds the last lap. And certainly at the moment, I think this is a quicker race than the first 2 heats. Just wondering, with 4 men with sub 10 minute times, whether they feel that to be certain of qualification they might be better having a quick heat, as this is the third and last heat. Just takes his hand off the wheels there. David Weir of Great Britain moves to the outside, tracked now by Krieger Scharbort of the USA. Weir, I was about to say, still leads. That is not the case anymore. And they're going a furious lick at the moment. Really picked up the pace. We're just happy at 2,000 metres to be tucked inside the leader, Kota Hokanui of Japan. Hokanui wide on the outside, then Weir, then Hamalak of Poland on the inside. And in fact, he has taken up the lead, just ahead of Sukman Hong of Korea. Poland's Tomasz Hamalak currently heads the field, but nobody has been dropped as yet. Hong of Korea in second place. Weir just biding his time. You can see Great Britain emblazoned across his cycling vest. Hokanui now the back marker. Lemounier also with a little bit of work to do from the back of the field. Absolutely jam-packed Olympic Stadium. All 80,000 tickets sold well in advance, not just for today's athletics meet, but throughout the entirety of the Paralympic Games here at London 2012. It's a marvellous sight to behold, as DuPont and Hamalak now. Hamalak in front of Hong from Korea. Weir is there. Scharbort is just inside him. Liu of China is in fifth place. Still Hokanui at the back, along with the Frenchman Lemounier. Crowd noise lifts. This is where it will start to become interesting. Weir of Great Britain handily tucked in third place. It's Hong in second place. It is still Tomasz Hamalak of Poland who leads. So Hamalak, he's 36, so too is Hong in second place. Weir just a little younger, the 33-year-old British 5,000 metre. He's a real hopeful for the host nation, and he's in a handy position, but so too is Hamalak, who leads. First three qualify automatically. Still Hamalak, he has not been at all worried about leading from the front. 2 or 3 laps he has led the field. Hokanui has come from right at the back to take up pole position. and he's being trailed by Weir of Great Britain. Poland's Hamelak drops back to, well, just about third place. He's disputing second, actually, with Weir of Great Britain. Very, very tight for the lead at the moment as we enter the closing stages of this final heat. 4,000 metres have gone. Under 1,000 to go now. Hokanui of Japan leading from Weir. There's Liu of China. He's been content to remain towards the rear for the best part of this race, but now he thinks he might have something to say about this heat. 2 laps to go. Weir level pegging with Hokanui. Now Weir hits the front, just edges ahead of the Japanese. Pretty much neck and neck, actually. Weir still not at full pelt. Well past the 10-minute mark now. It's David Weir of Great Britain. That's Liu of China with number 5 on his helmet on his outside. On his inside, it's Hokanui of Japan. Hokanui and Weir. Any second now, it'll be the bell that will signal the last lap of this final heat of the men's 5,000 metres T54 race. And now Weir goes for it. Here's the bell and makes his charge. Now who can live with David Weir? At the moment, nobody. Weir sprints away. Well, there's nobody going with him at the moment. Weir gives it everything he's got. Beyond the 11-minute mark, Weir, there's nobody going to chase down David Weir here. It's Liu of China who is going to be second. Terrific sprint finish from David Weir. Liu giving chase. But Weir is coming home, he's coasting home. He's coasting to victory in this third and final heat. Liu is second. And Hong is third. So Korea third, China second, Great Britain first. And we'll just wait for official confirmation. Well, Weir's time is confirmed, 11:28.88. Liu not far behind, 11.29.06. David Weir takes the applause of the home crowd. Hong Sukman of Korea, 11:29.32. And Mohammed Vadani of the United Arab Emirates came in fourth place, 11:29.84, which was interesting because I think you mentioned him throughout the actual race. He really did keep his powder dry right till the very end. But that looked comfortable, didn't it, for David Weir? Well, just a little punch of the fist. Well, it didn't just look comfortable, I think it was comfortable. I suspect there might be plenty more to come from David Weir. So Weir, Liu and Hong are the 3 certain qualifiers from that heat. That's the third heat, that's the confirmation. Weir, Liu and Hong. All very close at the end. Nobody was really dropped from the 9 there. And that should make for a very, very interesting final on Sunday evening, British time, here in the Olympic Stadium at Stratford in East London. The next track event should be an interesting one. And I think if it goes to form, it will be more cheers for the host nation. Let's just have a look down the list of the finalists then. So Casoli and Fernley were the two quickest. Weir, in the end, finishing in the 5th quickest time. And now we have all the showpiece events, the women's 100 metres T34 final. And very big hopes from the host nation, because the World and Paralympic record holder, or the world record holder at any rate, Hannah Cockcroft, is, well, in all honesty, expected to take the gold medal here. So it's an empty lane, lane 1, 7 athletes. Desiree Vranken of the Netherlands. She has a personal best of 19.85. That's Carly DeWald of the USA. Her best 21.05. Tunisia's Yusra Benjama. Amy Siemens of the Netherlands is expected to be Cockcroft's closest challenger. Personal best of 18.89. Rachel Burrows of Canada could also be a threat. There's Hannah Cockcroft, qualified. You can see the Paralympic record, 18.24. I hesitated earlier. I don't think they've changed on the screen the Paralympic record. I can assure you she now holds both the Paralympic and the world record, Hannah Cockcroft. Kristen Messer of Germany, who in terms of personal best is the slowest athlete in the field. And then Rosemary Little from Australia. My apologies to Messer, I think I said from Germany. She's from the USA, of course. Rosemary Little very definitely is from the green and gold of Australia. She's a sub-20 second athlete as well. So expect the threats here to come from lane 5, Amy Siemens, and lane 7, Hannah Cockcroft. Siemens from Netherlands, Cockcroft from Great Britain. And underway, and Cockcroft straight away is out into the lead. And Hannah Cockcroft, once she's got her nose in front, will not be beaten. And Hannah Cockcroft is absolutely careering away here. This is a terrific race from Hannah Cockcroft. That is magnificent. She has won by a mile. New Paralympic record yet again of 18.05. Just outside her own world record of 17.60. Well, she was like lightning, Hannah Cockcroft. Well, the whole of the Olympic Stadium rises to greet Hannah Cockcroft of Great Britain. That was some race, wasn't it? Cockcroft wins it. Amy Siemens in second place for the Netherlands, 19.49, so almost a second and a half behind. And then Rosemary Little of Australia took the bronze. Well, she is all smiles, and why not? And the thing for her is, she's only 20 years of age. And the Yorkshire girl, Hannah Cockcroft, won that in 18.06 seconds, 1.43 seconds clear of Amy Siemens of the Netherlands. I was going to say you can't keep the smile off her face, but just for a moment, well, you can't, can you? Just for a moment, she looked semi-serious. There's a bronze there for Rosemary Little. Rachel Burrows of Canada, she came in last. But she had a pretty good start there. Yusra Benjama of Tunisia was the other fast starter, but she couldn't maintain the pace. Well, nobody could really. Nobody could live with Hannah Cockcroft. Well, she looked close to tears at the finish line. She's all smiles now. A gold for the host nation. I don't think they necessarily have to win everything, the host nation, but you know, there is an argument that if the host nation does well, it does lift the whole event. Hannah Cockcroft there. 18.06 confirmation of the Paralympic record. I want to mention that Kristen Messer of the USA in the T33 class actually recorded a world record, which is up against athletes in the T34 class, of course. In the end, it was enough for her to finish 6th in the race. A new world record, so congratulations to her. And now we come to the men's 200 metres T37 race. There is British interest in this, as you can see, with Rhys Jones, the teenager. Although he is not one of the favourites. He's a very popular athlete, though. Making his Paralympic debut, the 18-year-old Sofian Hamdi of Algeria in lane 2. World record holder Fanny van der Merwe is in lane number 4. That world record is 23.10, by the way. Yongbin Liang of China, and then Roman Kapranov of Russia. Shang Guangzhou of China. Gotcha Kugayev of Russia, and bringing up that field, Omar Montarola. He is out in lane 9. Montarola from Venezuela. So the favourite is in lane 4, the South African Van der Merwe.
Set.
A Russian Kapranov in lane 6 might have something to say about that. 200 metres then. They're off very quickly. It's Van der Merwe though. Van der Merwe is just nosing ahead. Van der Merwe, I don't think anybody is going to compete with him, but the Russian is doing really well. Kapranov, oh, Kapranov's gone past him, and so too is Shang. Kapranov, Shang, Van der Merwe has wilted. Kapranov and Shang, Russia, China 1-2. I think it was Monterola of Venezuela who got the third place. Confirmation of that in just a moment. But there's no doubting the winner, Roman Kapranov. And after that superb start for the favourite, Fanny Van der Merwe, he really didn't get into that race at all. World record for Roman Kapranov, 23.10. That's an equal world record, I should say. He has equalled Fanny Van der Merwe's world record. Dead same time, 23.10. Shang Guangzhou, 23.15 in second place. Just waiting for confirmation of third. One or two technical issues. It was Monterola, though, 23.34, who got the bronze. So a bit of a surprise in that race, not in the sense that we thought Kapranov wouldn't run well, but you can see, well, just out of picture there, Van der Merwe very much wilting. Roman Kapranov in 23.10 wins gold for Russia. Shang of China second, Monterola of Venezuela third. It was Liang with a personal best in fourth place, but an equal world record. They are tumbling, aren't they? Records both Paralympic and world at this event at London 2012. Just while we have this slight lull, Hamdi of Algeria fifth in that race. Van der Merwe in the end finished sixth. Kugayev seventh, and Rhys Jones of Great Britain, only 18 years of age. There it is, confirmation. He finished in eighth and last place, but his time will surely come. He's a very, very young man, just 18 years of age. As we ought to point out, what an excellent effort that was from the silver medalist Shang Guangzhou of China, because he is just 17 years of age. Well, another final follows immediately. This is the women's 200 metres T35 category. Home interest in this in Sophia Warner. Very much the lady next to her, Liu Peng, in lane 5 is the one to watch. Empty lane 1 as always. Virginia McLachlan of Canada is in lane 2. Erin Walters from Australia, 36.02 is her personal best. Well, Sophia Warner almost looks overcome by the depth of that warm welcome. This is the woman to watch, though, Liu Peng, of China, the world record holder. She set that record in Finland fully 7 years ago. Rachel Dodds from Australia in lane 6. Fatima del Rocio Perez Garcia. She must go down as one of the longest names in the Paralympics. Looks of her, and the looks of her, of the Czech Republic, and Oksana Corso of Italy in lane 9. So 8 women, but based on personal best, you would have to say one clear favourite in the shape of Liu Ping in lane 5. Next best, by the way, is the woman Corso of Italy in lane 9. The lane at the moment, the outside lane, but the lane nearest to you on your screen. So this, the women's 200 metres T35 final. So look out for Warner of Great Britain in 4, but Liu, the world record holder, in 5. In lane 9, Corso of Italy. And Corso is away very, very quickly, but so too is Liu. Liu and Corso look very, very quick in these early stages. I think it is Liu of China who's just going to come off the bend in the lead. Oh, I don't think anybody's going to stop Liu Ping of China at Corso. And this is going to form. Corso is in second place, and it's Virginia McLachlan of Canada who looks like getting third, but Liu wins it. Liu first in 32.74, just outside the world record. Corso of Italy in second place. Liu, well, it's taken an awful lot out of her. The 27-year-old, 32.72 her time. She has won gold in the women's 200 metres T35. Oksana Corso of Italy, who is just 17 years of age, has won silver, and a 19-year-old Virginia McLachlan of Canada has come in the bronze medal position, 34.31. Well, she was always the favourite, the Chinese woman. Takes a little sneaky look to her right to check that Corso isn't going to overhaul her. Well, the pain etched on her face. No slowing down. Usain Bolt style for Liu Ping. Straight through the tape. Corso in second place. And McLachlan of Canada in third. And a personal best from Great Britain's Sophia Warner, 38 years of age, and she's recorded her best ever time of 35.25 seconds. Unfortunately for her, just under a second beyond a medal. Liu Ping, though, 32.72, less than half a second outside her own world record.
Of Russia, with his first round throw of 56 meters 19, that scores him 977 points.
Next event on the track will be a couple of heats from the men's 100 metres T35 competition. Plenty of action still going on in the field. See if I can bring you up to date with a little bit of that in the discus. At the moment, we've seen, well, certainly a couple of personal bests. At the moment, Zhang Yang of China has thrown 51.24 metres, but we'll come back to some of the field competition a little later. Now let's concentrate on the track. And in fact, we're going to have the first medal ceremony of the evening at the Olympic Stadium.
The medals will be presented by Mr. Rob Visser, President of Charity and Sport, who is accompanied by Mr. Derek Alfelt, Senior Vice President, Visa. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist, representing Algeria, Lahouare Balaz.
So a bronze for Algeria.
Ladies and gentlemen, the silver medalist.
In the club throw.
Representing the Czech Republic, Radim Velez.
These, of course, finals that we saw yesterday, or sorry, earlier today, in this morning's competition. Radim Velez of the Czech Republic then with the silver medal.
Representing Serbia, Zelko Dimitrijevic.
Dimitrijevic of Serbia takes the gold medal. A fantastic spectacle. Just look at the backdrop on your screen. Every seat sold. Zelko Dimitrijevic, gold medal for Serbia in the men's club throw.
Please stand for the national anthem of Serbia. Ladies and gentlemen, your Paralympic medalists.
Well, next we have two men's 100 metres T35 heats. Jordan Howe of Great Britain among the starters. Fu in lane 6, the Chinese athlete, is the quickest on past performance. Well, he's the man to beat, Fu Jinhan. We also saw Jordan Howe of Great Britain, his personal and season's best 13.04. The World and Paralympic record 12.129. Yang Sen of China, that was set in Beijing. First three in each heat, and the next fastest two. Man nearest to you, Ivan Otlikin of Russia. And just inside him, Argentina's Hernan Barreto. Fu, the man to beat, in lane 6. And Fu is off to a good start, but so too is Jordan Howe. Fu now coming through. Fu being chased. Jordan Howe's being left behind. Barreto is second, and Stein of Germany is third. That heat won then by Fu of China from Barreto of Argentina. Stein of Germany in third place. And I think Jordan Howe came fourth. So there's an opportunity, certainly if that's the faster of the two heats, for them to advance to the final. But 13.12 for Fu Jinhan of China. Very much the man to beat in that heat. The man to beat overall, in fact. A good start there for the British hopeful, Jordan Howe, but he was quickly overhauled by Fu and Barreto. Excellent run from Hernan Barreto of Argentina. Well, I think he's probably got something left in the tank there, Fu. Confirmation then of the result. Fu, Barreto and Stein of Germany, the automatic qualifiers. Jordan Howe, 13.75. Well, he may yet make it to the final. Marcus Reim, we're looking at now in the long jump. The cheers because he set a new F44 world record of 7.14. He was the world record holder previously with 7.09, 7.14 with his very first jump. Oh, that's an excellent jump again. Well, it's well over 7 metres. He's very pleased with it. Got very close to the line there and sailed through the air. Well, do you know, that might have beaten his 7.14, I think. It has comfortably. 7.35. Another world record. It was his own. He's broken it once and now he has broken it again. Marcus Reim of Germany. Second heat then in the first round of the men's 100 metres T35 competition. Just 5 go in this heat. Teboho Mok-Galagadi of South Africa. And he is the quickest on past performance. He's a personal best of under 13 seconds. Sam Ruddock of Great Britain also in this heat. 13.80 is his best. There he is, that's Sam Ruddock. A Russian, an Algerian and a Ukrainian make up this heat. Final will be on Saturday evening. Teboho Mok-Galagadi will be favourite to win this heat. A big roar for Sam Ruddock, the man they've missed out in the middle there in lane 4, Anton Bubnov of Russia. Just outside him, Alel Bukhalfa of Algeria and Iria Saruk of the Ukraine. Second heat then, the men's 100 metres T35. That's a good start from Great Britain's Sam Ruddock, but the favourite, the South African, Mok-Galagadi, is leading, but he is about to be overhauled by Suruk of the Ukraine, and Suruk wins that heat. Mok-Galagadi in second place was Saruk of Ukraine. He actually had the slowest personal best of those 5 men running there, but Yuri Saruk has won that in a time of 12.72, and we await the rest of the timings. There's a good start from Sam Ruddock of Great Britain, but it's the Algerian, I think, who's grabbed third place there. Bukhalfa in third place, no doubting 1 and 2. Saruk and Mokgalagadi of South Africa. Yuri Saruk, comfortable winner of that heat. I don't think that heat will be enough for home favourite Sam Ruddock to reach the final, but I think Jordan Howe will have got through there as one of the fastest non-qualifiers. It was 3 in each heat qualified anyway, and there were only 6 in the first heat and 5 in the second. So Sam Ruddock misses out. Anton Bubnov doesn't know. He qualifies, along with Bukhalfa, Mokgalagadi and Saruk. And the applause in the background. Well, you can't see this, but I can assure you, you can probably hear it. Marcus Rame, the long jumper. Warm applause for him. And Jordan Howe, you can see, has squeezed in to that final in 7th place. So well done to him from a home point of view. Bubnov as well from Russia, also squeezing into Saturday's final of the 100 metres T35. Well, there's confirmation. What I was telling you about a moment or two ago. Marcus Rame with a new world record long jump. Men's long jump F42-44 category. Shattered his own world record. He's not a surprise winner, but it was a really, really good performance from Marcus Rame. Wojtek Szczek also took a medal for Germany, as did Denmark's Daniel Jorgensen. I think they like being here. I think they'll have happy memories of London 2012. Congratulations to them all, but particularly Marcus Rame. He's only just 24 years of age. Well, a slight break in events here at the Olympic Stadium. Had a wonderful night so far. The track athletics will resume at 9 o'clock our time, so in about 15 minutes' time. Just confirmation on your screen. Marcus Rame with a new world record, 1,093 points for a distance of 7.35 metres. So let's take you through some of the highlights of the opening ceremony, and do rejoin me in quarter of an hour's time for the men's 200 metres heats T46.
Years after it all began at Stoke Mandeville, with 16 severely injured servicemen as the only competitors.
Ever since the dawn of civilization, people have craved for an understanding of the underlying order of the world. Why it is as it is, and why it exists at all.
Tonight and for the next 11 days, a record 4,200 athletes from 166 National Paralympic Committees will compete at 20 venues for 503 medal events. The theme for the opening ceremony is enlightenment.
Will you be, for all of us gathering here, our eyes, our ears, and our hearts? Shine your light on the beautiful diversity of humanity. Understand those rights that protect us. Look up, stretch your wings and fly.
Umbrellas are a motif running throughout the whole opening ceremony.
This is the first time the British monarch has officiated at the openings of both the Olympic and Paralympic Games.
And now, the moment that all athletes and officials have been dedicating their whole lives to achieving. The entry into the Paralympic Stadium of all the participating nations.
Argentina!
Argentina participated in the first official Paralympic Games in 1960 in Rome and have taken part in every game since.
Australia!
Australia's team of 172 athletes led by flag bearer Greg Smith, a 45-year-old wheelchair rugby player.
Belgium have attended every Paralympic Games since Rome in 1960.
Brazil have competed in every summer Paralympic Games since 1972. They have a large team of 355 athletes for these games.
Cameroon!
Cameroon are making their Paralympic debut at London 2012. A team of 300 Canadian athletes are being led out by wheelchair rugby player Garrett Hickling.
And finally, please give a huge welcome to Paralympics GB!
And now, finally, the hosts Great Britain with that enormous team of 304 athletes, led by flag bearer Peter Norfolk, a 51-year-old wheelchair tennis star who's already a quad tennis double gold medalist and bidding here in London for a third consecutive gold medal in the singles.
Your Majesty, Your Royal Highnesses, Sir Philip Craven, President of the International Paralympic Committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, on behalf of every Briton and every lover of sport, it is my great honour to say, welcome home to the Paralympic Games. The movement that has led us here to this exhilarating moment, to these incredible games, began here in Britain on the day London opened the 1948 Olympic Games. For that day saw not only the Olympic opening ceremony at Wembley, but also 35 miles away at Stoke Mandeville, an archery demonstration for paraplegics. And it was this vision that launched Ludwig Guttmann's great venture. It was this that launched the Paralympic Games. Prepare to be inspired, prepared to be dazzled, prepared to be moved by the Paralympic Games of London 2012.
Your Majesty, Your Royal Highnesses, athletes and officials, distinguished guests, Paralympic sports fans from all over the world, good evening and welcome to the start of the biggest Paralympic Games ever. It is now my honour and great pleasure to invite Her Majesty the Queen to declare open the London 2012 Paralympic Games.
I declare open the London 2012 Paralympic Games.
To take the Paralympic oath on behalf of all athletes, Paralympic gold medalist, swimmer Liz Johnson.
In the name of all the competitors, I promise that we shall take part in these Paralympic Games, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, committing ourselves to a sport without doping and without drugs, in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of sport and the honour of our teams.
To take the Paralympic oath on behalf of all judges, wheelchair rugby technical delegate and judge Richard Allcroft.
In the name of all the judges and officials, I promise that we shall officiate in these Paralympic Games with complete impartiality, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, in the true spirit of sportsmanship.
To take the Paralympic oath on behalf of all coaches, GB Para Equestrian Dressage Team Leader David Hunter.
In the name of all coaches and other members of the athletes' entourage, I promise that we shall commit ourselves to ensuring that the spirit of sportsmanship and fair play is fully adhered to and upheld in accordance with the fundamental principles of the Paralympic movement.
And now, the wonders of science and the stars, and the fall of an apple that led to the discovery of gravity by British scientist and mathematician Sir Isaac Newton.
At the summit of the highest peaks in the 4 UK nations. Yesterday, the Flames were united in Stoke Mandeville, spiritual birthplace of the Paralympic movement, to create the London 2012 Paralympic Flame. As the torch enters the stadium this evening, it will carry the spirit of Paralympic enlightenment. Joe Townsend, an aspiring Paralympic triathlete, is revealed at the top of the 115-metre-high ArcelorMittal Orbit sculpture and observation tower. With the torch, he descends by zip wire into the main stadium.
Maroon and member of the BPA Paralympic Inspiration Programme for Rio 2016, Joe Townsend.
And welcome back live to our athletic. 22.54. World record is 21.74. Of Heath Francis of Australia. That was set in Beijing.
On your mark.
So 3 heats at this distance. The first 2 in each heat, and the 2 fastest losers advance to the final. So 8 will contest the final. First 2 in each heat, plus the next 2 fastest losers basically reach the final. Aresti of Cyprus in lane 1, Abidogun of Great Britain in lane 2, Zhao of China in 3, Kompeon of Papua New Guinea in 4, Camus of the Ivory Coast in 5, Sacco with Mali in 6, Nigeria's Galadami in 7th, and Souza of Brazil in lane 8. Galadimi of Nigeria seems to have got away to a good start, but it's the Chinese athlete Zhao who comes off the bend the quickest. Zhao, Aresti, Abidogun. It's lanes 1, 2, 3. It's going to be Antonis Aresti of Cyprus from Zhao in 2nd place, and confirmation in just a moment of who got 3rd. But that was a real about turn in that race. For a long time it looked like Zhao was going to win it, but Antonis Aresti of Cyprus is the man who won the first heat in the men's 200 metres T46. Zhao safely through to the final. 22.43 was his time. You can see that Zhao has a healthy lead coming off the bend. Aresti was always in contention. At that stage, Britain's hope of Abidogun was going well, but he faded. Zhao was overhauled by Aresti. But Zhao pulls up, knowing he's reached the final. First 2 in each heat, certain to reach the final. So that will be Aresti and Zhao. Well, looks cool as a cucumber, doesn't he? Might have been Galadima of Nigeria who grabbed 3rd place there. We'll have another heat in a moment or two's time here from London 2012. It was Galadima of Nigeria. It was very close fought for 3rd place. Emi Carlos Souza of Brazil in 4th. Galadima will have to wait and he will have to hope. But Zhao and Aresti safely through. Well, this is Rawa Talili of Tunisia. This is the women's discus throw, F40 category. She's the world record holder with 31 meters dead. And she's broken that record. That is a new world record, 31.16 meters for Rawa Talili of Tunisia. Into the gold medal position for the world record holder, new Paralympic record as well. Breaks Meng's record. Chinese woman set in her home country of Beijing. So there is still action in the field. Men's discus still going on, men's shot put, and the women's discus. As we come to the second heat in the men's 200 metres. Man to watch here in lane 2. In fact, he's not starting. Now that is interesting. Antonio Souza, who was the fastest man in terms of a personal best going into this heat, does not start. So in lane 5, Simon Patmore of Australia is now the man to watch. His compatriot Heath Francis is the World and Paralympic record holder. His record set in Beijing 4 years ago. Patmore has a best of 22.28. Also in this heat, we have Yuri Nosiolenko of Russia. You can see there, just inside him, Roger Tapia from the Philippines, Antonio Souza from Brazil. Lane 7 is Rahirendra Drasana. And Nuumbo
on your marks
of the Ivory Coast is in lane 8. Nigerian Yunusa also missing, so no.
Gentlemen, stand up, please.
I just want to stand up.
Marksman,
so we've only got
can you show a green
5
card?
rather than 7 that we were expecting in this heat.
Stand up, gentlemen, please. On your marks.
Well, it's quite a distracting start, this, because the Tunisian Talili is running around in the background, milking the applause from, well, still about 75,000 people inside the Olympic Stadium.
Set.
And we're underway with the second of the 3 heats in the men's 200 metres T46 category. And off to a very fast start is Simon Patmore of Australia. Steams round the bend. Patmore, oh, somebody's pulled up there. Numbo of the Ivory Coast. So it's an easy 1, 2, 3. Simon Patmore will win. Nosiolenko of Russia is second. They qualify automatically. Roger Tapia of the Philippines is third, and he will have to wait to see whether he qualifies as one of the fastest losers. Well, there were supposed to be 7 men in that race. 2 didn't start. 1 pulled up. 1 had no real form. Rahirendra Drasana So it was a straightforward 1, 2 and 3. Only 2 definitely make it to the final. Simon Patmore looked good there, beating Nozyolenko into second place. Just eases up as he crosses the finish line. And in fairness, Nozyolenko looked like he had a little bit more in him as well. Good run from Simon Patmore. He was 25 years old just a couple of days ago, the Australian. Thumbs up and a kiss for the crowd. So strange old heat that. Patmore and Nozyolenko qualify. To say Rahir and Drasani didn't really have any form to speak of. Nwumbo didn't finish and 2 others didn't start. Back with the men's shot put. This is the world record holder, Aigas Apinis of Latvia, with another 10 metres plus throw. He certainly gave that everything. Not sure it will beat his 10.23 metres that he recorded earlier to break his own world record. Oh, and in fact, that is, my apologies, that was just a recording of his world record, I think. Now we're back to the women's discus and the Moroccan athletes. This is Najat El Gara. Her sister's also in this event. Personal best in excess of 30 metres. She'll have to go some to overhaul Rawa Talili. Certainly put her heart and soul into that. That was enough for Najat El Gara. Just waiting for confirmation of the distance, but I think she thinks that's good enough. Well, it is at 32 metres and 37. That is enough for a new record, a new world record, and for gold. So my apologies before, that was a recording. Rawa Talili of Tunisia wasn't celebrating in the background prior to that last 200-metre heat. It was actually Najat El Gara. So to the start list for the third and final heat for the men's 200 metres. That's the Brazilian Johansson Nascimento. His best time, 22.19. So he's the man to look out for in this heat, if you like. He has the best form.
On your marks.
But there are plenty of others, all who've run 22 seconds. In fact, only Toby Fawahimni of the USA in lane 2 has run over 22 seconds. 23.23 is his personal best. All the others have personal bests in and about the 22-second mark. There's a Nigerian in there, a Cuban, a Japanese, a Chinese, and a Sri Lankan. Underway then, the third and final heat of the men's 200 metres. Who's going to come first off the bend? Well, the Cuban Gonzalez was looking good. Just inside him was the Brazilian Nascimento. It's the Cuban and it's the Brazilian in lanes 4 and 6. It's Raciel Gonzalez Isidaria of Cuba who takes it. Johansen Nascimento of Brazil is second. They are the 1-2. They are the definite qualifiers for the final. .09. That is a personal best by almost 0.7 of a second for Gonzalez Isidaria. Nascimento of Brazil. Having a good look around him, just checking nobody was going to run him down in the closing stages. And China's Yao might have come in third place, so a nervous wait for him, if indeed it is him, until he knows whether he's qualified for the final. So the first 2 in each heat go through, 2 fastest losers, but that's across 3 heats. We will wait for confirmation of the finalists for the men's 200 metres T46. World record in T45 for Nascimento there of Brazil. There's 2 categories here, T45, T46. Confirmation, Isidaria, Nascimento safely through to the final. There's the rest of the qualifiers. So the 2 fastest losers there. Yao of China, it was him who got third, and Adedeji of Nigeria. So Sam Patmore, so impressive in winning his heat, actually only qualified 5th fastest. But as I mentioned, he'll be a definite threat in the final because he was certainly easing up in the closing stages. There's Najat El Gara, who took the gold. My apologies for misleading you earlier when I said in the background that it was Rawa Talili of Tunisia who was in the background of those 200 metres runners. That's her sister with her, Leila El Gara, who was also in the competition.
Bravo!
Certainly all smiles. Just bring you the full result actually of that. You are looking at Najat El Gara. Her sister who was guiding her around, unfortunately for her, finished in 4th place. So she just misses out on a medal. So El Gara with the gold. Rawa Talili of Tunisia had to be satisfied with the silver medal. And China's Meng, Genjimisu Meng, takes the bronze in the women's discus throw for F40.
Next to throw in the shot put is New Zealander Peter Martin, who set a lifetime best performance of 8.62, which gave him 700.
Well, the Olympic torch burning brightly. Having a medal ceremony shortly. Still to come. Do stay
Ladies
with
and
us,
gentlemen,
because
the victory ceremony for the
in
women's
about 15
200
minutes
metres
we'll
for
have
T35 athletes.
men's 100 metres. T13 will have a couple of heats just before we close for the evening. And there are still 2 field events ongoing. This is the victory ceremony for the women's 200 metres T35.
Please welcome your medalists.
Gold going to China.
Medals will be presented by Mr. Jose Luis Campo, Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee, who's accompanied by Dr. Stephanie Cook, herself a former Olympic champion for modern pentathlon, and here tonight representing London 2012 Athletes Committee.
And Stephanie Cook, one of the most loved, I think, Olympians.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist representing Canada, Virginia McLaughlin.
Outstanding run from the teenager, Virginia McLaughlin of Canada.
The silver medalist representing Italy, Oksana Corso.
And another teenager in the medals, Oksana Corso of Italy with the silver. And she is another name for the future in the Paralympics.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medalist and Paralympic champion, representing the People's Republic of China, Liu Ping.
Once they got round the bend, though, there was never any doubt as to the whereabouts of the gold medal. Another gold to China, Liu Ping. Gold in the women's 200 metres, T35.
As is customary, will those who are able please stand for the national anthem of the People's Republic of China. Ladies and gentlemen, your Paralympic medalists.
Gold to China, silver to Italy, bronze to Canada in the women's 200 metres T35. And a couple of heats on the track still to go. In the left of your screen there, you will see the first heat of two, the men's 100 metres T13 competition. Jason Smythe of Ireland is the current world and Paralympic record holder, and he runs in the first of the two heats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's long jump F42-44 category.
So another victory ceremony coming up. Perhaps just I'll let you know what's happening with one of the other events that's still ongoing.
Please welcome your medalists.
In the shot put, Aigars Apinis of Latvia, new world record. It's his own world record that he has beaten. And he is currently
the medals will be
in the
presented
gold medal
by
position.
Dr. Robert Stewart, member of the Paralympic Order, who is accompanied here this evening by Mr. Chris Branridge, the Marketing Director of BMW UK. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist representing Denmark, Daniel Jorgensen.
Bronze then for Daniel Jorgensen of Denmark.
Ladies and gentlemen, the silver medalist representing Germany, Wojtek Cich.
Rules of approval for Wojtek Cich.
And Paralympic champion representing Germany, Markus Rehm.
And even bigger cheers for Markus Rehm. New world record. A stunning performance.
Please stand for the national anthem of Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your Paralympic medalists.
(1-2) to Germany then in the men's long jump. Still going, by the way, in the men's discus, Alexei Ashapatov of Russia, who holds the World and Paralympic records in the F58 category, currently holds the lead. He's ahead of Rostislav Polman of the Czech Republic in second place, and Matawa Abuelkir of Egypt currently in the bronze medal position. So the men's discus and the men's shot put still ongoing. We come to the first heat of the 100 metres T13 category. 2 heats to come. And the first one features Jason Smythe of Ireland, who is the World and Paralympic record holder. World record set in Daegu in Korea. Paralympic record 4 years ago in Beijing. He's run 10.57. Seven to race in this heat, 8 in the next. The first 3 in each heat, and the 2 fastest losers make it through to the final. Artem Loginov of Russia is in lane 6. Luis Felipe Gutierrez of Cuba in lane 8. They have both run sub 11 second 100 metres. So the lanes to look out for, which is not to say nobody else will challenge. Lanes 2, lane 6, and lane 8. Smythe, Loganov and Gutierrez. And there was a false start there. I think it was Biondi Masasi in lane 3. It didn't help him any either, did it? It was a real stumble. Just went a fraction of a second too early. He twitched on the block, didn't actually move forward. Well, that was a better start, and you can see Smythe is very, very quickly out of the box, and Smythe of Ireland, Jason Smythe, is absolutely racing away with this. Luis Felipe Gutierrez is in second place. Confirmation in a moment of who finished third, but what a run that was from Jason Smythe. World record 10.54 for Jason Smythe. Well, that's a show of intent, isn't it? He was so quickly away. Gutierrez got a good start as well in this near side lane, lane 8. Powers, absolutely powers to victory. Well, that was a superb run from Jason Smythe. And Artem Loginov, who was the man I pinpointed beforehand. So they were the 1, 2, 3, Smythe, Gutierrez and Loginov. But 0.4 of a second quicker, Jason Smythe. That was a big gap between him and Luis Felipe Gutierrez of Cuba. And over 0.2 of a second between Gutierrez and Loginov of Russia. Still they continue in the men's shot put and the men's discus in the field. This is Mauro Maximo de Jesus. He is the World and Paralympic record holder at F53. Shot puts put together and done on a point system, F52 and F53 categories. 8.72 is the current world and Paralympic record, and that is not very far away. It's 8.72. The world record, 8.68 for Mauro Maximo de Jesus. And how that translates into points, we'll let you know in a few moments' time. We'll come back to the shot put and the discus, I'm sure, at the end. So to the second and final heat, 3 to go through, and the 2 fastest losers over the 2 heats in this men's 100 T13. Nobody as fast as Jason Smythe, not on paper anyway. But there are a couple of sub 11 second runners in this one. They are in lanes 7 and 8. Look out for the Bulgarian and the South African in this race. Alexei Labzin, he's also a threat. He's just over the 11 seconds, 11.03 seconds, his personal best. He's the oldest in this heat as well. 34 in December. That's the South African I was telling you about, Jonathan Ntutu, with a PB of 10.99. But there is one man who has a better time in this field. You've not seen him on your screen, but I can tell you just outside Ntutu in lane 8, Radoslav Zlatanov of Bulgaria is that man, 10.83, his personal best, though he hasn't had such a good season. 11.57. his season's best. So Handler of Switzerland in 1, Labzin of Russia in 2, Andrada of Brazil in 3, Lamsan of Thailand in 4, Fanunana and Tutu, Zlatanov and Amguan make up the rest of the field. False start there. Mohammed Amguan just puts his hand to his head, acknowledges that it was his mistake, and the tall Moroccan just a bit too quick. So we'll try again with this second heat. This time they are away. And it's the Russian in lane 3, Labzin. Zlatanov is quick and Tutu is quick. The Russian's going to win it. Is he? No, he's not. Jonathan Ntutu has won it for South Africa from Alexei Labzin. And I think Zlatanov of Bulgaria got third. 11 seconds dead. Jonathan Ntutu of South Africa safely into the final. Alexei Labzin as well. So that's a season's best for Ntutu. It's 0.01, so it's just about his best ever run. And he conceded something at the start, but he came through very, very strongly at the finish. I think Zlatanov actually might have nicked silver there. Well, not silver, might have nicked second place, I should say. Doesn't matter second or third. First three in each heat go through. So, Ntutu, Zlatanov and Labzin through, and Andrade of Brazil is the fastest qualifier. So there are all the qualifiers. Jason Smythe, 10.54. Luis Felipe Gutierrez with 10.9. And then Jonathan Ntutu, 11 dead. So both the quickest men there, Smythe and Gutierrez, were in that first heat. And Jason Smythe, just as a result of that extraordinary performance, will be the hot favourite to win the final. Well, the stadium here at the Olympic Park rapidly emptying. Almost 10 o'clock in the evening, London time. Still a couple of field events to tie up. That's it on the track for the evening. But we're still waiting for the shot put and the discus, both men's events, to draw to a conclusion. And a few thousand hardy souls have stayed with us here in East London.
Medals are going to be presented by Mr. Ali Hazala, Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee, who's accompanied today by Mr. Chris Brownridge, Marketing Director of BMW UK. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist representing the People's Republic of China, Meng Genjimisu.
So Meng of China takes bronze then in the women's discus throw F40 category.
Ladies and gentlemen, the silver medalist representing Tunisia, Raoua Talili.
Well, she doesn't look too disappointed with silver, does she, Raoua Talili? She was expected to get the gold medal, world record holder. I think she wants you to know that she's from Tunisia.
Boys and girls, the gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Morocco, Najat El Ghara.
So a goal to the Moroccan, Najat El Ghara, with that astonishing world record throw. Spark wild celebrations when Al Ghara threw
Ladies and gentlemen,
that
as is
discus,
customary,
a world
those who are
record
able,
distance.
Please stand for the national anthem of Morocco.
Well, the emotion on her face says it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your Paralympic medalists.
So bronze to China, silver to Tunisia, and gold to Najat El Ghara of Morocco. I think they all enjoyed the competition. Well, you can perhaps just see up on the screen the closing stages of the men's shot put F52-53 final. Scott Seven of the USA is currently in the bronze medal position. Mauro Maximo de Jesus of Mexico currently in the silver medal position with a season's best 977 points for an 868. No doubt, I don't think where the gold is going tonight. Aigars Apinis of Latvia, 1,039 points for a 10.23. And that was Scott Seven's third throw from earlier on, an 8.26 for 8.84. That was the throw that has put him into the bronze medal position. Well, the man you're looking at the moment is Mauro Maximo de Jesus. You're back live with us now. The earlier picture was recorded, but this is live. Currently in silver medal position, Maximo de Jesus with the season's best 8.68 for 977. And he's just waiting for confirmation. Well, it's well over 8 meters. I'm not sure it's beaten his best throw. No, he couldn't improve there. 907 points for that, 836. Couldn't improve on his earlier throw of 868 for 977. Cements his position in second place. There is no need now for Aigars Apinis to throw. So we have our 1, 2, 3 in the men's shot put F52-53 final. The bronze goes to Scott 7 of the USA. The silver to Mauro Maximo de Jesus of Mexico. And Aigars Apinis of Latvia, there he is on the screen in the red baseball cap, arms aloft now, because he has won with a new world record, 10.23 metres, for a converted score of 1,039 points. Gold to the Latvian, Aigars Apinis, and a new world record to boot. Well, the Latvian is all smiles. He has won the men's shot put. Well, the camera's very much focused here on Aigars Apinis. Just off your screen. Not quite sure why the cameras aren't focusing on this. We still have action in the men's discus. There's confirmation of the result of the men's shot put. New world record for Aigars Apinis. 1,039 points. Maximo de Jesus with silver. Scott 7 of the USA with the bronze. Just held off Ales Kissy of the Czech Republic, and New Zealand's Peter Martin a long way behind when those throws are converted into points. Combined class, that F52 and F53. Well, to bring you up to date with the men's discus, currently in bronze medal position, Matawa Abu El Kir of Egypt. In silver, personals, that was a season's best, by the way, personal best for the Czech Republic's Rostislav Polman, but no doubt where gold is going to, and that is with Alexei Shapatov of Russia. So Ashapatov has won the gold for Russia in the men's discus. We will now go to the five-a-side football, Argentina against Iran, and that follows a news roundup of the day.